You know, I used to be the kind of guy that would have something happen to me that would frustrate me, make me feel upset, whatever. And I would literally spend the next week or two, basically a long period of time, dwelling on that just because of that one specific thing. One small thing could go wrong, and I would let it ruin the upcoming days, weeks for me. Just because I wanted to think about it. Not even because it was so serious, just because my mind like wanted to think about it and not let go of it. And I feel like I used to think that was just me, and I soon realized that that's not me. In fact, a lot of people these days are like that. We have something happens, right? Something happens, it's whatever, and we like to kind of hold on to it without letting go of it, that thought, and we let it ruin our whole upcoming days, weeks, whatever. Even if something good and exciting comes up, we think of that and then kind of let that thought disrupt us and make us feel upset. Like yeah, it's something that we do a lot, but I don't think a lot of people realize this, or they don't want to realize this. That is, whatever you're feeling, you're literally kind of choosing to feel that. I know that, the feelings you have about something, emotions, these are all like, it's a very natural thing. You can't really control it. But for the most part, it's literally your mind and what it allows you to feel, if that makes sense. You're allowing yourself to be sad. You're allowing yourself to keep thinking about that thing that's making you upset. And I did not realize this for the most part. I just let that, thought, that something that really upset me, sit in my head, really marinate and marinate and marinate, and literally like ruin a long time for me. Be it days, weeks, whatever. Yeah, I waste a lot of time just unnecessarily being sad, literally unnecessarily being sad. And I don't think you need to do that. I'm not perfect in terms of not doing that anymore. I still do it at times, but I definitely am a lot more conscious of it. And the point is, your mind is what allows you to feel these things. And I don't think a lot of people realize that. They think, okay, something happened that is upset them, and then they just need to be upset about. You don't have to be upset about it if you don't want to be upset about it. It's all a thought. I'm sure one example I can think of is I'm 100% sure at this point that every one of us at some point you'd be having a horrible, pretty horrible day, or you'd be having a midday, whatever, normal day, and out of the blue, a spurge, a little like freaking streak of good thoughts come into your head, and you suddenly like feel like boosted up and happy for a couple of seconds. You've probably felt that. Now that feeling doesn't last for too long, but you get that, a little urge, you suddenly, out of nowhere. It happened to me a couple of days ago as well. I was in the gym doing freaking tricep extensions, and suddenly this burst of happy thoughts came into my head, of things to come forward within the next few days or whatever. And I felt better. Even though it was literally for a couple of seconds, I felt better. And it wasn't like an exciting day. It wasn't like anything great was going on. It was just a very, very average day. And just suddenly I had a burst of these thoughts. And what is that? My mind allowing myself to literally feel better. So unless you have something severely frustrating which happens to you, which is albeit that's not going to happen to you too often. It may happen to you once in a long time, something like very, very bad. But for the most part, we're getting upset over small things. Um, my headphones. Let's say a random kid comes up and freaking breaks my headphones. I'd be very upset. But then again, that's me allowing myself to feel upset, right? It's not, yeah, it was expensive, but like it's headphones in the end. I broke my headphones, whatever, move on, right? I know it's like a very small example, but another example I can give you, I'm just thinking literally out top of my head. Now that I think about it, I don't know if I even want to tell, but in 2021, no, 2019, 2020, that period, like any young guy, I had something for this girl. Okay, she was in school. I liked her, whatever, and I this is cringy. No, okay, whatever. Um, for literally, I kid you not, whatever that would frustrate me happened. If anything made me sad, if anything made me upset, if anything made me like nervous, I would literally think about her, because that was like a happy feeling for me. And all these thoughts would pretty much go away. All these negative feelings and thoughts would almost go away. And yeah, I know, I don't know. It's not the greatest example, but it's an example nonetheless, right? At the end, it's like what your mind wants to think. It's you choosing what you want to think that's allowing you to feel sad or feel happy. So if you've been, if you're a person, if you're a guy or woman, whatever, that you constantly get bothered by these small things and let it very easily ruin your mood for a long period of time, for an extended period of time, more than it needs to ruin your mind for. I think you really need to look at you and not actually the things that are upsetting you, because anything is going to happen that may upset you. It is life. You're never going to forever be happy. You're never always going to be sad. It's an up and down journey. That's how your emotions work, right? It's about you and how you learn to control those emotions, and how you allow yourself or make yourself stay at a neutralized space. um, regardless of whatever's happening around you. Like I said, unless something like severely bad happens, some very, very unfortunate things happen which don't happen too often. I don't think you should be just getting very bugged up by small things. There are many times when I'll get irritated by something and I'll, rant out or, just really get angry at something. And a couple hours later, I actually kind of, I'm like, I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have shouted at the person or whatever. Because at the end of the day, most of these things are, this is life. It's very big. And these small problems have close to no importance when you look at it from that perspective. So, yeah, I know it's a lot easier to say than do, because at the end of the day, emotions are a real thing. You're actually feeling it. And sometimes you can't really control them, which happens. I mean, you get angry, you feel like freaking punching the wall, you feel like punching the wall. But there comes a point where you don't want to let it ruin your entire mood just because of that. I used to do it in the past where something small would happen, I'd let it ruin my mood, and literally something that would usually excite me would come up the next couple of days, and I wouldn't let that excite me just because I'm pissed off at the small thing that happened a couple of days ago. So at the end of the day, it's you who's allowing or not allowing yourself to feel the way you want to feel, and it's completely up to you for the most part. So yeah, don't don't I don't want to say don't take things too seriously, but yeah, especially things that are negative feelings, negative things that frustrate you. Don't give too much importance to it. It's you who's giving much importance to it. So yeah, now let's hope that nothing frustrates me for the rest of the day, so that I don't regret making this video. But anyways, whatever. Bye.